we see bundling as a tactic that's required on both the content side and on the technology side. Over the last couple of years, we have introduced new packaging types like WBD Stream that allows a brand to access the entirety of our portfolio through a single buying line. But this year we took a major step forward by introducing Neo, which is a buying platform which allows advertisers to purchase our inventory, plan it, buy it, measure it, all through a single buying platform, and really trying to remove the complexity and the fees and the silos that have traditionally existed across buying platforms in the digital ecosystem.
Derek, I believe you've talked about this idea of the age of relevance. First, what does that mean? And secondly, how does Warner Bros. Discovery deliver relevant ads at scale while protecting users' privacy? There's a lot of conflicts there, it seems.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, I think that one of the things that we talk a lot about is that relevance is relative, right? Advertisers and brands have unique messaging needs at any given point, but viewers also are constantly in a unique emotional state with different messaging receptivity based on the content that they're watching, right? So the age of relevance for us is really about how do you show up for those viewers in the right time, in the right context, at the right moment, while fully respecting their privacy. We introduced Moments as a contextual targeting solution last year, and the reason that we believe that now is the age of relevance is because technology is truly unlocking a media company's ability to understand and activate their content in a way that would have simply put been unimaginable 5 years ago. The amount of metadata that we can create about our content and provide access to buyers is really, really robust right now. So allowing that brand to draft off of the emotional state that a viewer is in when they're watching their favorite show or they're in a buzzer beater moment in a sporting event, it allows a brand to draft additional relevance, additional impact for their messaging, and it also allows them to reach audiences that would have otherwise been non-addressable, whether that audience is opted out of data or they're on a platform where their identity is not being shared. So it really is providing buyers the ability to tap into net new audiences.
Derek, I want to touch back on some of the points you raised about the bundling of the tech stack that we're seeing. All companies are dealing with the idea of whether to build, buy, or partner. When it comes to the technology you use, is it, where do you stand on that?
Well, we take a fully hybrid approach. We want to invest in building technology and products where we feel like it creates a differentiator for us. But we also think it's really important to work across the ecosystem with partners, both to provide accessibility and interoperability for the things that we're building, and also to try to expedite development efforts and tap into experts in anyone's given area. So for us, it's a hybrid approach, but it's also we take an approach with a lot of our partners where even if we're working with a third party, we're often doing something fully proprietary or unique with that partner that drafts off of our unique superpowers, our content. So when we are developing our Moments or our Shop HBO Max product, we partner with Curve, but the relationship that we have, the consumer experience that we present, the technical architecture that we've built is fully customized to what we need to achieve.
Derek, I want to touch on another kind of hybridization going on, that of content and commerce. Retail media networks have made retailers media companies. How does WBD view that? Do you see retail networks as competitors? Do you see yourselves as maybe becoming more of a retailer as well as you maybe get into shopping?
I think that we all have to acknowledge that shoppability, particularly in the CTV space, is in its early innings. And I genuinely believe that rising tides will lift all ships, right? So I think that we need to take an approach both on the partnership side, we need to partner together. We need to partner together to present better data, better measurement, better targeting, but also to start to unify the experiences that we present to consumers, because ultimately what we're trying to do is a CTV environment is train a net new behavior that does not yet exist at scale with viewers. And if a viewer comes to my platform and gets experience A and then goes to another platform and gets experience Z, it's going to take longer to try to drive that adoption and that behavior that we ultimately believe will exist and be powerful within CTV.
So is what you described, is that a kind of formal shoppable content strategy for WBD, or is that forming, or how do you see this idea of a strategy around that?
Yeah, so ahead of Black Friday last year, we launched our flagship shoppable product, Shop HBO Max. And that product drafts off a very simple, concise thesis, which is that viewers of our premium content are inspired. We see that time and time again, whether it is the White Lotus selling out 4 Seasons reservations in Thailand, or Minecraft toys flying off the shelf when we released the Minecraft movie. We know that behavior exists. The challenge has historically been that viewers are left to their own device to execute that inspiration. They have to go to search, they have to talk to friends, they have to get lucky to find the thing that they're seeing within our content. So shoppable content for us and our shoppable strategy is deeply rooted in the ability to take inspiration from viewers and turn it into immediate action in real time. Coming back to the age of relevance, we do that with deep contextual metadata that allows us to take our content in real time, identify products that are available from a brand that the viewer just saw in that content, and then present that to that viewer. So we have seen over the last year that inspiration is driving about a 12 to 15x lift in engagement. So if you take, as a brand, your top selling products, you're going to get 15 times better performance if instead of you just showing your best products, you show the products that the viewer just saw in our content. So I think the trick for all of us right now within shoppable content, shoppable advertising, is to really get tight on what the core behavior is and what the promise of shoppability is within CTV viewing, because it's going to be different than what it was on Instagram or across social media at large.